You're listening to podcasternews.com.
Welcome to the LA Story Podcast with Stevie Wilson.
Good morning, people. This is Stevie for the LA Story, and we are talking to Jenna Lyons, a noted fashion expert and industry insider, and we're going to get all the scoop on what's hot for fall from Jenna. So how are you doing, Jenna?
Great. Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm good. So now that we're done with New York Fashion Week for spring, and now we actually get to look at fall,
yeah.
which is always fun, people are wondering now, what should they be buying? Where do they start? What are the trends that they should kind of look at based on what's in their closet?
Right. Well, I think one of the first things you should probably pick up is some sort of a utility jacket, whether that be a little bit of a borrowed from the boys' utility jacket. One of the ones we have here is our field jacket. It's actually, again, borrowed from the boys. We sort of slimmed it down to make it look a little bit more appropriate for a girl, shortened it a little bit, and we've actually paired it over an oversized men's shirt and our favorite pant for the season, what we're calling our mini pant. You don't have to be a skinny mini to wear this pant. It actually looks great on a lot of different girls, paired with a peep toe little patent leather shoe. Also, one of the things we love for fall, these sort of soft, slouchy bags can be thrown over your shoulder or worn, like a satchel. They have a great vachetta handle and super soft leather. And again, one of the things we love is just the little jewel to finish it off.
Absolutely. Now, what are we looking in terms of color palettes for people who are sitting there trying to figure out what to wear besides black?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think probably one of the first things you should really be looking at is something that sort of falls into what we're calling the makeup colors, like what you might think you'd find at the actual cosmetics counter, like soft rusts and nudes and those kinds of colors to pair back to some of the charcoals and blacks that you may already own in your closet. We also love those kinds of colors paired off of the soft mint, like this cashmere turtleneck that Paloma is wearing. Another idea is to actually bring that sort of fall short into your wardrobe. So this is something you may have thought is going to go to the back of the closet, but for now, for fall, we love the idea of pairing it with tights and these great little Mary Janes to actually update the idea of the short and bring it into the fall season.
Well, that's something people have actually asked me about, is how to wear the shorts, and they're sitting there wondering, should they wear leggings with it? And I said, no, go with tights. You might try a bootie, but it's interesting that you showed it Mary Jane. That's a nice, interesting concept.
Oh, great. I love that idea. I'm glad to hear that people are asking about it. It means it's on their radar, which is always a good thing. Another thing that we have here is the boyfriend influence. Again, this is our boyfriend blazer and an oversized tuxedo shirt. And the other thing that we love is the idea of sort of stacked on, layered on jewels. So I have a tendency to layer them on my neck, but you can absolutely make it your own statement and do tons around your wrist. The other thing that we've done is we've actually taken a necklace and just repurposed it and wrapped it around her wrist a bunch of times. And it's an easy, fun way to kind of reinvent your jewelry and make it kind of extend the life of it for yourself. The other thing we have on her is these are the toothpick jean, and she's got them paired with a little ballet flat. It's a little lace and satin ballet flat, which I love.
It's really amazing. It's great. Now, I've got a question for you. When people look at the oversize, they're thinking, how can they determine whether the oversize is too much, where it's really overwhelming them, and what's the right size for them?
Well, that's a really great question. I think one of the things you have to really pay attention to is the shoulder. If the shoulder line is on your shoulder, then you're good. And especially with oversized, if it's oversized in the body, that's okay, but then make sure that the sleeve is narrow. You can actually just look a little sloppy if it's hanging off your shoulder and the sleeve is big. So if you're going for sort of a more mensy, boxy look, just remember to keep the shoulder line on your shoulder and your sleeve skinny. That's a very easy rule to follow.
Cool. And is there anything else that we should know about for fall?
One of the last looks we have here is Angela, and she's got, kind of what we were talking about with the color, these sort of nude, neutral colors. She's got what we're calling a nude sort of blush color pencil skirt paired with a little melon belt. She's also got a little mustard cardigan, which is a great color for fall. And it's also, this is another thing that you can do for your wardrobe, is just use accessories to kind of make it feel fresh. So if you're a little bit intimidated by color, you can use color in your accessories to kind of give your sort of neutrals and nudes a great new little pop. Another thing you can do if you're looking to just kind of extend the life of your wardrobe is actually take some of your necklaces, and if you don't have that statement necklace in your closet, you can actually pair a bunch of them together and stick a pin or a brooch on one, and it kind of gives a new life to a necklace that maybe you hadn't worn in a while.
That's a great idea. I hadn't thought about that because you've got, ladies, you have pins out there and brooches in your, jewelry box. They're just buried away in the back.
Definitely.
So, and is there any look that we should probably not be taking into fall?
Oh, that's a good question. I hadn't thought about that. That's an excellent question. I would say we have to be careful of the 80s look. I think we should be really careful of too big of shoulder pads and watch that stuff. I would say that's a trend that everyone has to be really careful of. I think, if that's something you feel comfortable with, but I would be very careful with that one.
I agree, because sometimes you can get a little carried away and nobody wants to look like Joan Collins.
Definitely not.
Returning. Not. I mean, not that she doesn't look great now, but I mean, then,
right.
Dynasty, not. So to me, people have been going 80s, and we're seeing a lot of it out here in LA, and it's just a matter of just matching it up. And then with leggings, what are you seeing and predicting for fall?
I think with leggings, I think it's a little bit going back to proportion. If you think about that boyfriend silhouette that we were looking at earlier on Marcella with the skinny jeans, that's an easy way to kind of use leggings and make them feel new. It's about pairing something a little bit more oversized and easy on the top, and really playing off of proportion. So if you're wearing a legging, then I think what's on top needs to be bigger and looser. It's not about wearing tight all over. That's not necessarily the best look. So I also think leggings look great with flats. I think that's a little bit more, of an appropriate way. And there's lots of ideas of how to wear leggings and skinny jeans at JCrew.com. We have tons of options in terms of ways to style that and different ways to pull it together.
I love JCrew. I cannot tell you how much I shop that.
Thank you so much. That's so glad to hear. I'm glad. We love fans.
Yes, I am. I drool over the catalog quite often.
Oh, that's so nice to hear. Thank you so much for saying that.
So, people, we'd like to thank Jenna Lyons for her time. You can find just about everything that she's shown at JCrew, but also, too, you can also find other versions of it in your favorite stores, so don't be shy. And this is Stevie for the LA Story saying thank you to Jenna, and you people have a great day. Thanks so much, people. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Thanks for joining Stevie Wilson on LA Story. Feel free to check out other podcasts and videos. Bookmark it now. www.la-story.com.